Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. Look on the screen, look on the screen. We've got, let's see, Sherri Whitfield right here, Phaedra, Candy, and Wendy Williams. These are all what I would consider definitely Wendy Williams, Candy, and Phaedra. Very successful black women. Sherri, successful, I would say, but the others, they're more, I think, successful than Sherri. Sherri married a football player. So here's my thing regarding Wendy Williams, Candy, and Phaedra. Why is it that with successful black women, what's the issue with marrying down? You know? And ATC, this is an ATC video about those comments where I'll do a video follow up of some of the comments made in the prior video. So stemming from the video where I asked if Todd was worth $30 million, would he have dated Candy? And the issue came up I find very interesting. Again, I'm going to concentrate on Wendy Williams, Candy, and Phaedra. If the roles were reversed, would Todd have married Candy if he was worth $30 million? And typically, when men in this community they get that kind of money, they always go outside the goo, or they'll be a player for life out in them streets, y'all. And then he get about 55 or 60. The streets not checking for him no more. Health might start failing. Then all of a sudden, he ready to settle down and find some younger woman to drain the life out of her. Good luck. So, delegates of life said Candy said that on an episode she married down because a millionaire she dated did not treat her right. Wow. So if that's the case, she's acknowledging marrying down. And people want to say, oh, we're Todd. He had a good pen. He was making six figures on Bravo. Well, then get back to it. But here's the thing, and I saw this comment from a black man. I didn't pull it for this video. My apologies. He was like, you have the recipe right here. You're married to it. She's successful and you still couldn't get it right. If that's the case, those restaurants would have blown up like sweetie pies. So why didn't that happen? They're not on equal level. But why is it that black women successful always marry down? Is it because hey, that's where the black men are? Penny 0001 says, I'm gonna be honest, Todd don't have what it takes to be a $30 million man anyway. I agree. Oh, I agree. You don't have the juice, you don't have the sauce. You live with a person who has the juice and the sauce. So again, good point. Where's the empire? I want to hear about you helping. Where's the empire? Where's the successful trucking company? Again, the restaurants, the plays they made some money, and I believe on Bravo Reality, okay, and then they reinvested those profits into things like the restaurant and the trucking company. So, where's the track record of success with you? I agree with Penny 0001. I don't think oh boy shortstop. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I don't think Todd got what it takes. Ronald Edwards said, hell no. 327N1 says no. Now, Lucky One 1111 says, I think Candy knows this and knows she plays the man low key in the relationship before. She plays a man low key in a relationship. Therefore, there is only so long this can last for, and it may become very tiring. But again, he's with Candy. She has a proven track record of success before the marriage. So you are married to her. Do you not listen? Something is wrong. Where's your empire? The wealth should be doubled. But again, I think Penn is right. He's not a 30 million type of guy. I don't see him having the bandwidth to create that kind of wealth. Republic Tea Room says no. So now Angus Glenn says if he married Candy, would not leave her. If time working out, it's gonna work out all right. It's working out via divorce court in that courtroom. Now, Pink Boy Queen says at least she's no Jill Scott, Mary J. Blige, Wendy Williams, Sherri Shepherd, Cynthia Bailey, and like all the rest, but she should have chosen someone to elevate her and add to her life. But as per usual, but at least she understood what she had. And stop and think. That I agree. She understood what she had. Why do you think she didn't take a back seat? She kept on working, kept on going, kept on ambition. Now, if it had been a situation where she's worth $30 million prior to the marriage and then got with Todd, and next thing you know, she was able to kind of chill back and relax and being a mom and her femininity, didn't get her hustle on, kind of slow things down, and he doubled it, that's different. But that didn't happen. That did not happen. So in Z99 says, y'all be giving Todd the blues, but if you watch the videos, it was Candy pushing for the relationship and the marriage, not Todd. But check this out. But Todd, he popped the question. If she gave her an ultimatum, he can't play, oh, what am I gonna do? I'm the male damsel distress. What am I gonna do? You popped the question, boy, and came up with a ring. You could have walked. But I'm believing old girl. What she said, he go where the money is. So yes, why is it with these women, especially black women, dating down? Is it because that's what the black men are? So Candy dated millionaires, but they didn't treat her right. Look at what's his name, Block, Riley's father. Look, that 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 man should be embarrassed. That man should be embarrassed. Wendy Williams, look at Kevin. And when Wendy walked, they got divorced. What happened? He's sitting up here having a problem with, talking about whining about losing his house, a problem with the HOA. All that money seemed just ran through. And the side chick, was it Sharina? Uh, Last I saw, it was reported that she's staying with her mother. Our baby mama, our broke baby mama, staying with the mom is what it was pretty much saying, allegedly. Staying with mom. What happened? Look at the look at the money that's Wendy Williams paid out to Kevin. I believe he got millions of dollars. And now, last I saw, how you looking broke as a joke? Again, you didn't pay the HOA for your home? That lets me know Kevin couldn't do it on his own. Because if you could not maintain that wealth after the divorce settlement from Wendy Williams, that lets me know all along these sisters be carrying these men. Black women be carrying men when they're broke. Black women be carrying men when they're middle class successful. What, carrying a majority, I think, carrying a man somewhere. Look at Kevin Hunter. You want to holler, you behind Wendy Williams and you like you really made a major contribution. Or when you got your divorce settlement, how you end up broke? Because the reports that I saw gave every indication of broke, especially when your home is in jeopardy because of a HOA dues not paid. Where'd all the money go to Wendy Williams? You and Sharina. What happened? Jill Scott. Now, Jill Scott, hers wasn't so bad as I recall. He left with a little something, and maybe so. I think the vehicle that he left with, I heard, was a Honda. Not knocking it, but Jill Scott, yeah, he didn't get what he thought he was gonna get. The last one that I saw, Mary J. Blige, we already know. Mary J. Blige, her circumstance, she married her manager, and I think he saw money. I really do. I mean, he's a manager; he sees what's coming in. I don't even know if Mary J. Blige has a high school diploma, but she is very successful. And when it's like that, look, the first manager, remember the one that she went on that Budweiser Fest tour for the summer? How the heck that tour was sold out across the nation? Next thing you know, what's going on? Come back broke. Stole all her money. That's when the sister began, I believe, managing her. So people take advantage. But black women, so many date down, marry down, and look what happens. Date down. You better look at Eve. She didn't date. And I know they're like, oh, I'm dedicated to my man, but all they're dedicated to you. Look at Eve. She married a billionaire. Melanie Hobbs, he's a billionaire. Melanie Hobbs, a financial advisor. I call her the financial expert. Isn't that the guy? She was the Tom Lucas of Star Wars. Gee, but what did those two women do that married those rich men? It's just they didn't. They're not black men. So it's leading me to believe, is it possible that when black women get successful and they're going to marry in their group, everybody not going to find on Idris Elba? He married a black woman. But it's leading me to believe black women marrying down seems to be the thing. Why? They're not taught to do better. And that's where most black men are. They're marrying down. Why? I think it's where the majority of black men are. The group as a collective is at the bottom of the financial chain, the food chain. So yeah, even successful black women, the same thing. Remember the lawyer in Atlanta, pretty girl. Met some old dust bucket. I think he was staying with someone in the apartment, nice luxury apartment building. Okay, they don't have their phone ready to go ahead and let him go. What does he do? Unalive her. How many successful black women? I've done videos on it, from the bookstore owner to the daycare, a lawyer, a nurse. They get with these black men that have nothing to offer them besides companionship and maybe some bedroom action. That's about it. You got somebody on your arm. Break up the one and see what's going to happen. He's going to want the money. And if you can't get it, might unalive you. Like that beautiful nurse. He didn't even have his own transportation. And what he was supposed to do, get his things packed up, driving her vehicle to pick her up from the hospital, and then they were going to drive to his destination and drop his dusted, broke behind someplace else. And then she gets her car and gone. But he was supposed to go ahead and pack his things out of her house. What happened? He packed his things up. He drives to the hospital to pick up the nurse and her ride. And there is an argument in the vehicle. Next thing you know, the nurse doesn't make it home. Next thing you know, the beautiful nurse, her body is found lying on the side of a road. And someone called 911. Next thing you know, the nurse is taken to the very hospital where she worked. And the staff is like, that's nurse so-and-so, so-and-so. Just shocked. Why? She dealt with, she dated down and dealt with, and she dated a bottom feeder. Moved the dust bucket into her home. And look what happened. So yes, this right here, dating down, Wendy Williams, Sherri Shepherd, Mary J. Blige, Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia Bailey been married twice. Peter, he came in like financial issues. She was having to go ahead and pay for the wedding. What the heck? Then she married Mike Hill. Did she leave with anything? I believe they had a prenup. She left with what she came with. So where's the upside? I'm just gonna be honest with you. Please tell me, where is the upside to these men? Where's the upside? So marrying down, that's something that black women do, regardless of their socioeconomic level. They can be on the food stamps and a voucher, and they'll move a man in. He doesn't even have that. He doesn't have a pot or a window. He might just have those 3 trash bags we talked about prior on social media. Some of them don't even have luggage, a duffel bag. Marrying down. So the millionaires that they didn't treat her right. Why is that? Because she's a black woman? Did they shower her with gifts? So why successful black women marrying down? I guess that's where the men are. Let me know what you all think. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and I'm out.